Hello, welcome back to the Ron's Personal Fitness YouTube channel. We're glad you're here. Now today we're going to start our study of the back muscles. Now you see the back muscles really have that out of sight, out of mind mentality. In other words, we don't really think about them unless they're bothering us. Now bodybuilders have known for a long time that the back is very, very important. In fact, it makes up a vast majority of our upper body mass. And because of that, we need to hit the back from a variety of different angles. Unlike the chest, which is just one big muscle with a smaller muscle behind it, the back muscle is made up, the back region is made up of many different muscles. And it's those different muscles that we're actually targeting with individual movements. A lot of the movements have to be compound movements, in other words, working through more than one joint, but it's in an attempt to isolate individual muscles back there, okay? Now, one thing that we need to keep in mind is the back is responsible for two things. One is from pulling overhead or bringing something down to us. And the second is from bringing something in front of us into us, like a rowing action or grappling action. That type of pulling is the responsibility of the back muscles. Now, one thing you'll find when you're really working the back well, you'll notice that the biceps get involved as well. So our biceps are our auxiliary or helper muscle to the back. But it seems kind of strange that with a bar or handle or weight in our hands and at arm's length, we're actually working these muscles of the back. And that's where that mind-muscle connection comes in so importantly. We have to absolutely focus on the back so that the arms aren't doing all of the work. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to break down these videos into different regions of the back. And today we're going to target the pull down motions, which will target primarily the latissimus dorsi of the back. If we think of it in a way, when we pull from overhead, we're kind of working the width of the back somewhat. And when we're pulling from in front into us, we're kind of hitting the depth or the thickness of the back more so. I'm not saying that that's absolutely true in every instance. I'm just saying if we think of it that way, it'll help to get that mind-muscle connection on point. All right, so let's get started with some pull down and pull up types of motions.
All right, the best exercise would be a pull-up, but not everybody can do a pull-up. And this is a variation called the Australian pull-up, where we extend our feet. We're still using our legs to help us slightly. If you're advanced, just stay up on your heels. Use as little of your lower body as you can to help you over the bar. Squeeze the back muscles, breathing out on the contraction. So breathe out and then breathe in. Now, if you're not even unable to do that, you can kind of use more of your legs here. And anything to help with the pull, just don't do it in a jerking or a fast action if you can help it. Now we're going to move on to an underhand grip. We call this a chin-up grip as opposed to a pull-up grip. And this brings our elbows in a little bit closer and targets around the shoulder blade ever so differently. Big squeeze right there. Again, using as little of our legs as possible to facilitate getting the chin over the bar, using as much of the back as possible. Now, if I move my feet in, it's a little bit easier. So don't make it too easy on yourself, but make it where you can get your chin over the bar. Now this variation here utilizes some handles that are strapped to the bar, and this allows for a parallel grip. And I'm still hanging under the bar, getting a nice stretch. I could rotate these kind of in a natural action here. And again, bringing my feet in if I need to make it ever so easier, but not so easy that I'm losing the exercise. Now this next machine that you see is a very common one called the lat pull down machine. And we're going to take an overhand grip on the straight part of this particular bar, locking myself into the machine and pulling the bar under the chin to the top of the chest area. Notice I'm only leaning back far enough to get the bar to not hit my face. I'm not leaning back so far that I'm parallel to the floor. That's improper. I'm going to squeeze, blowing out right there, breathing in here. Now here's some variations that you see in the gym that are just not right. I'm using my whole body to pull the weight, not my back. Now just my arms. And if you see this, the weight's too light, and you're pulling it way too far down on the chest there. Another grip that this bar affords is to get my underhand position again, my chin-up grip. And this brings the elbows in tighter, getting a nice squeeze. Big stretch at the top. That stretch is so important. Don't miss out on half the exercise by not stretching at the top. It's the stretching that gives us that width to the back, that nice V taper that we all like to see at the beach, or that indicates that someone is in good fitness. Now this bar also has a third grip. It's a parallel grip in the wide aspect of the bar. I'm going to utilize that, targeting out wider on the shoulder blades. By driving my elbows back and down, I'm targeting those back muscles as much as possible, really emphasizing the stretch there. Big stretch and squeeze. I'm locked into the machine. It's not anything other than my back muscles doing the work. Now if we switch handles, we can put a wide bar on there, which is probably what you'll typically find on a lat machine. Grabbing out wider than shoulders width, pulling to the front, I get a very good variation of this exercise. I'm wider than I was on the previous bar, and I'm in an overhand grip, which again changes things. I'm really not leaning back that far. I'm only going back far enough so that the bar is placed under the chin there. I'm really far in the machine. Now, a little controversy here. Never pull down behind the neck. Well, if you don't have shoulder issues and you don't have neck or back issues, you can try this variation. I'm all the way forward in the machine, and I'm going to pull down. I am not slamming that bar into my cervical spine, my neck. I'm bringing it down and squeezing, just affording another angle, really feeling those lats work. But again, if you have any type of shoulder issue or any other problem that doesn't allow you to do that one, eliminate that from your routine.
And there you have it, a variety of pull down and pull up types of motions to help target the latissimus dorsi, or the wings of the back, if you will. Now, what we're going to do in the next video is start showing you a variety of different rowing actions. Now, the rowing actions will require a little bit more isolation in the middle of the back and around the shoulder blades, and we'll show you exactly what part of the muscle that you're emphasizing with those. So until next time, please hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure that you ring the bell to get the notifications each and every time a new video comes out. And until next time, we'll see you right back here.